Okay, guys, good morning. Happy Saturday, September 24th. I still can't believe it is the end of the month, but thank you for hopping on and thank you for getting up early. Let me share my screen here so we can do a couple things. Thumbs up. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. All right, let's get going here. I'm excited about today's call. We have the beautiful Jen Greenberg in the house today. She's going to talk to us about owning your value. I'm very excited to hear her talk about this. But before she does, I want to welcome our new coaches so far for this month. And we actually had one more that went on last night, Christy. I just didn't get a chance to put her on there. But I wanted to welcome the 6 of you to the team. I know some of you are discount. Some of you want to learn about the business. We are here for you either way. So welcome to the team. All right, rock stars. You guys know this is my favorite slide of every team call. Everybody is doing great this month. So we have changed now 9 lives. We had a new team member join last night. So we are rocking it. Let's get more numbers up there. We had a lot of people up there with points last month, and I want to see you guys all up there with some more points. And it's never too late. There's still days in this month. So let's get pushing on that one. But everybody's doing really good with your PV. So you are doing fantastic, rock star. I have a shout out here to one of our girls, Natalie. It was her year anniversary from the day that she messaged me saying, okay, let's do this. I am ready. I need, something has to change. I got to do this. And she ordered her challenge pack. It's not her coach anniversary yet. That comes in a couple weeks, but this is her anniversary of starting with Beachbody. So she has done, oh geez, Natalie has done a lot of programs. She's done the 21-day fix. She's done PIO. She's done Country Heat is what she's currently doing now. And she has lost 76 pounds since she started. So I wanted to give her a huge shout out because she is doing amazing with all her journey. She's got a great following. People are coming to her because she is constant and consistent with sharing and letting people know what she's doing and what's working for her. And she's a busy mom with Lucy. So she's showing that, you know, you can have a busy life and do this. So she's sharing her journey perfectly. And look at the results. It's amazing. I had to give her a shout out this morning. She's doing phenomenal. Okay, guys, we've been talking about this now for the last 4 to 5 team calls. You've got to make sure you are registered. These Beachbody events should be non-negotiables for you for your business. They're game changers. You get tons of information there. You get to meet other coaches and you get to kind of network even with other coaches and see what they do. You get to hear from other coaches on what they do. So make sure you're going into the back office under events and you're trying to find a Super Saturday nearest you. And if there's not one, then you run one. Even if it's just you and one of your coaches or just you and your mom sitting in your living room or you and your spouse, run one so you can get the same information. You don't want to be left behind without knowing what everybody else knows. You don't want to wait till someone posts it on social media to know what's coming up. You want to be the one posting it to let people know. So make sure you guys are at an event. Let's see. We have our Super Saturday. This will be our second. So I would love to see our local coaches there for support. I'm excited. We have 3 guest speakers, 2 of which are Beachbody coaches, and 1 is a motivational speaker and life coach. So I'm super excited to hear the 3 of them speak. I'm excited to run my second Super Saturday. And we're Halloween theming this one. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see if people wear costumes and what pictures we can take. Heather Vance usually takes care of doing the photo booth for us. So I'm excited to see how the backdrop comes out and all the props that we have. So make sure, and if you need the link on the bottom is for the tickets, but I will post it in our team page again for a reminder so you guys can get your tickets for the event. Now on to this beautiful lady. Okay, so Jen used to be a paralegal. I don't know if any of you guys know that about her, but she was able to retire herself. She retired Mike with Beachbody. She is a 9-star diamond, 3-time elite coach. She's a 1-star in her second business center, which that's recent. So yay, Jen. Success Club legend, 46 months of hitting Success Club straight consecutive. She is she is a Millionaires Club. And she was also in the Country Heat test group, which was really, really awesome because I know she wanted that really, really bad. And I was so excited when she found out that she got in. So it was super cool to watch her journey through the test group and everything. So that was really awesome. I'm going to turn it over to you, Jen, so you can drop your knowledge on us here. Let me get out of my screen share here. Oh, my computer is going slow. There we go. Okay. Let me mute myself.
All right. Am I on mute? No. Okay, good. Good morning, guys. I like this on a Saturday morning. This is kind of a cool way to like get the weekend started. But this topic is like when I was talking back and forth with Tanya about like what I should talk about on your guys' call today, I thought that this would be something that's really relevant to all of us. And I guess it's something that I struggled with in the beginning of my coaching journey, and I think that I continually improve on it, but it's still one of those things that like comes back to like try and hinder me too. So that's why I thought it would be something good to talk about today. And just by like a show of hands, I guess, like, do you ever feel like you can do so much more with your coaching business, but you don't feel like you have a good enough story? Yeah. Okay. So I think that I know that that's how I felt, and I still sometimes feel that way. Like sometimes you kind of downplay your own story because it's not this big, grand, like bankrupt bartender, baby with a brain bleed type huge story. And then it's like once you start planting those seeds of negativity, like downplaying your own journey, you feel like it's not good enough to put out there. But what I've found is that like your story is going to be the one that's relatable and the one that is going to speak to like the right people that you should be attracting into your business. So I don't know if you guys were on the Fit Family call on Monday, but I kind of gave like a little bit of an equation on how you can actually form your story. And that is super important to, I mean, it sounds kind of silly, but like if you intentionally like create your story, that way you can like share it and practice it. You know, like I'm sure if any of you guys reached out to Tanya and said like, hey, can I just run my story by you? I'd be more than happy to kind of like critique you and say, oh, you know, I vomited a little too much in this area. And then you totally swept by the phase of your life where you did this, or, you know, like she'd be able to give you that feedback. And the more that you share about it, the more that you get comfortable with doing it. So I'm going to put Tanya on the spot here. And Tanya, like, can you just share with us your coaching story, like your, you know, quick spiel type thing?
Absolutely. My coaching story is so different from a lot of other coaches. I always thought I didn't have a story because I didn't really have that much of a transformation story. My transformation is more of my mindset, but my story, I went from stay-at-home mom with no money to single mom with no money. And all I wanted out of life was to be present with my kids, be home with my kids, I saw all these other moms home, but they still would be able to shop and they still would be able to do things and they've still be able to get their hair done and get their nails done. And that's what I wanted. I felt like it was the best of both worlds. They got to go and do for them, but they got to be present with their children. And that's something that I always wanted, but felt that it was just a dream. And felt that it was something I would never be able to, it was like that out of reach, you know, it was just there where you could grasp it, but you would never be able to get it. And in all honesty, when I started as a coach, I just wanted to be able to get these for free and have my free shakes and just have a few people. And then once I saw that I did that and I saw the passion that I had with it, you know, I loved helping people, then I just started setting new goals. And now finally I'm at the point where I have the best of both worlds. I am home all day working, bringing in a great income for the family, being able to do my hair and my nails and pay for my car. And I mean, I made a list for Jen and I was just like, holy crap, I really do pay a lot of things with my Beachbody money. And now I'm finally at the point that I can be present with my family, which is what I've always wanted since having Kayla.
All right, awesome. So there's so many points about Tanya's story that are going to like really speak and reach to other people that feel the same way she does, that want to still be able to contribute and like help financially, and that want to be able to have the money to do those extra splurges. And so I think that those things are just really common. They're just normal things that, you know, that we desire, but then so sometimes we just don't put a lot of value to it to, you know, to think that it's worth talking about, I guess. So I guess that's my first tip for you guys is, first of all, creating your story and sharing it, getting some feedback on it and practicing it. The second thing is going to be like sharing about how that can add value to people and finding more ways to share about that. Like, you can't just go online on Facebook or whatever your preferred platform is and like just share your same exact story, same exact Facebook post every day. Like, you have to get very creative in finding more ways to incorporate that and incorporate different aspects of your story in ways that's going to be adding value to people. So like for me, if you've watched my video about the 5 things that define you, for me, it's faith, family, like stuff that I post about with Mikey, or family with like date night, things like that, police wife, health and fitness, and travel. And so those are the 5 things that I post about regularly, but also things that I post about my goals in those areas regularly. So you have to be sharing about not only how those things are applicable in your life today, but also your vision for where you want to go in those 5 areas. And I think that that's really a key difference maker, is not just sharing about what's currently happening in your life in those areas right now, but sharing your vision for where you want to go in those areas. So, you know, like for example, say fitness, that's an easy one. That's a great way for you to be sharing like, hey, I'm on day 15 of Country Heat. This is what I'm doing. Like, when was the last time you shared what your goal body is? Like, when was the last time that you kind of shared with social media land where your struggle is that you're currently trying to work on with your health and fitness journey? Like, sometimes we'll talk about what the current situation is, but not like, hey guys, follow my journey, so you're going to see me go from this to this. I remember there was a couple years ago, Scotty made a picture, I think it was actually around Halloween, because I feel like there was a Spartan costume involved. But anyways, like, he had a picture of himself, like a current picture, and then he had a picture next to him that was a kind of like a competitor type photo, like a physique type competition photo. And basically he was saying like, this is my current and this is my goal body. And I thought that was really cool, because you're showing people like your vision for what you're trying to accomplish in that area. Or there's other things like, maybe for me specifically, like with travel, I can talk about like, these are the things I'm always showing you guys where I'm going, especially if you follow me on Snapchat, like you go all over the country with me. But I also talk about my dreams and goals for what I want to accomplish with travel, like being able to include bringing my family and being able to pay for, you know, my parents and Mike's parents to come along with us, or being able to afford to have a nanny to come with us and be able to like take Mikey on more trips so that we have somebody else with us to, you know, to help take care of him and things like that. And so the reason why you have to kind of share that future vision aspect as well is so that people understand where you're going with all of this. Because like, it's cool to know that you're doing these certain things in your life right now, but why am I going to follow you? What value am I going to get? Where are you taking me? Like, by me following you on your social media and your journey and whatever, like, where are you taking me? is it exciting to me? Is it something where I'm going to want to wake up and be like, oh, I can't wait to, to check Lonnie's Facebook page to see what she's doing today. Like, I can't wait to see to see if she posted her workout this morning. So I personally have a few people where I legitimately am excited to check in on their social media. Like, I can't wait to see like what they're wearing today, or I can't wait to see like what they're eating. Like, just there's a few different people that I just really enjoy like watching their stuff. So you have to be one of those people. There's an analogy that Mike uses a lot where he's talking about the difference between like you and I and, some of the top 10 coaches like Lindsay Matway, is we're talking about Lindsay Matway. We're not necessarily talking about Jen Greenberg or whoever. And it's because their story is out there. Their story is they're broadcasting all these different aspects of their life and giving so many people so many various reasons to follow them, and they're just putting it out there more. So that's where the whole idea of owning your value comes in. And a lot of times I get caught up in this all the time, where like I started off this call by saying, you just kind of sweep these things under the rug because you don't feel like they're good enough to share about or good enough to talk about. But it's those exact things that are going to attract people to you. Like, what if I never brought up the nail thing? Like, what if I never, because that sounds kind of petty and, insignificant. I can do my own nails at home. I'm well aware of that. But like, what if I never said anything about that? 5 years later, that's part of what like really got me traction in my business, is the fact that I wanted to have that guilt-free money, $30, $40 to get my nails done. And I'm so glad, especially sharing that with a guy, like sharing that with Scotty. Like, looking back, that's kind of funny. I'm surprised that I did share that. So I'm glad that like that seed was planted in my heart and I was open enough to say it. But that's the thing, is you have to be open enough to say it. So, you have to just don't worry about trying to find the thing that's like a big deal. Just worry about finding what's true to you that you actually do want. Like, maybe it can be something as simple as like when you're grocery shopping and you want to be able to afford like, the organic brand over the store brand, or, you want to be able to, when you're at restaurants, be able to order like the full course. You want to be able to get the bottle of wine, the appetizer, the full course and dessert. Like, that was a difference maker to me. I know, like, for me, because like dining out is one of my joys. I like it to be an experience. I don't want to go there and just order an entree. So it was kind of like, it upped my enjoyment level, I guess you could say. So hold on, let me take a sip. Okay, so does anybody have anything that they want to share or kind of admit that maybe is something that you've wanted, but you feel like it hasn't been a big enough deal to really say or talk about? Mike says E&E. So if any of you guys are in Knoxville, we need some. I was right there with was getting my shakes free at the beginning, but then I wanted to get my nails done and wanted to get like that guilt-free money that you said. That was my big pusher, because I'm like, oh, okay, well, if I got my shakes for free, well, now let's add something else. I've always wanted to make sure I did my nails every few weeks, or get my hair done, not just one time and then let it fade because I don't have money to continue it. You know what I mean? So mine was that guilt-free money too. And I never shared it at the beginning because I thought it was stupid. Like, I thought if I shared, like, I thought it was a selfish sounding, like I really wanted to start this business so I could do for me. You know what I mean? So I always thought it sounded selfish. Until the more personal development, the more trainings I do, with like you and Mike and stuff like that, that I learned that it's not. And that's what I have to share, because that's what got me started. And there might be a mom sitting at home that she's a stay-at-home mom that wants to do the same thing. And I was able to do that now with starting the business. So me sharing it could help her, get started and have the same things. But I was so afraid to share it at the beginning. Yeah. Okay, who else? I want one more person to step outside of their comfort zone and share.
That'll be me. Yeah, I think because we just started coaching, because I'm doing it under my husband's, a lot of it, the business, in January. So it's kind of like in the beginning, it was like, all right, well, an extra, let's say like $30 a month, it's like what we get 60. So to us, to me, I'm like, well, that's not that big of a deal to like kind of entice somebody to join. Like I kind of downplay it, and I'm not into nails or anything like that. So it wouldn't be for me to like say I want to get my nails done. But, I've tried to learn that, okay, for me, it might not sound like a big deal, but hey, $30, like you said, to go out to dinner or to, just do something extra for yourself could be a big deal for somebody else. So I've been trying to share that more, like part of, I've done this thanks to, the little bit of that extra income I've had from Beachbody. But I mean that's something I've kind of downplayed because like I said, I've just started in January. So it's not like I've built up and I've gotten into that no of like comparing, well, she's able to, use her income to stay home. So like if people see that, that's a bigger story than mine of just, having that little tiny bit right now. So I think that's something I have to like share more of.
Yeah, definitely. And that's part of where you can share your vision for going forward too, like talking about how Beachbody right now is able to give you those nice, nights out at a restaurant or whatever, but you're excited going forward that you're going to be able to do XYZ, So,
can you hear me?
yeah. Hey, Heather.
Okay. My kind of hard. So one, I wanted to go pay for my teaching membership, which is what I done here. And second, one was to not have to pay for things. So I started drinking Shakeology so I didn't have to take all the drugs for my Crohn's disease. So I kind of did it on a two-part thing. I didn't want to have to take all the medicine. I didn't want to have to pay for all the stupid stuff that I had to take. I would take a prescription that cost me, I think it was over $100 a month, which I did end up stop taking that one. However, now it's progressed further, so now it's going to be a drug that I am going to have to pay for. So now I have to now make more money to be able to pay for a drug that I'll be on for the rest of my life. So I need to get out and start sharing that one.
It cut in and out a little bit, but were you saying how when you first started, you were wanting to do the Shakeology so you wouldn't have to pay for all the medicines and pills for Crohn's, but now that it's progressed, you have to take that medicine every day? Is that what you were saying?
Yes. Now I'm on a different one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So are you finding it hard now to share because before you were sharing how the Shakeology was helping you not have to pay for all the medication?
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of hard because here you were posting about how great it was and it helped it, but it's not Shakeology. It's not anything to do with Beachbody. It's just my body is rejecting, my body express. That's all it is. That's my body express.
Right. You could still share that though, as long as you're comfortable sharing it, that, but you're still, and share how you're still gonna drink your shakes because you know that it's helping you. If you weren't drinking your shakes, you probably would be worse off than where you are or something like that. Still share your journey because there's something that's going on.
Yeah, if I didn't drink them, I mean,
That would be a really good live video for you to do if you're comfortable talking about it. So instead of people reading, because it's a lot to write, that would be a really great way for you to step out of that box a little more, because I know live makes you uncomfortable, and do a live video about it. Mm-hmm. And about where you were at the beginning, where you are now,
Okay, so one thing that helps significantly with kind of owning your value and owning the fact that you, in fact, do have a story is doing affirmations. So I know that Tanya is really good about doing that. Who else has started doing like daily affirmations? Anybody doing those or tried them? Heather? Awesome. Okay, so for me, what I do is I actually write them in a journal, and sometimes I go in and out of doing it, like sometimes, and that's just me with almost everything. But so sometimes I'll write them in a journal, I'll actually write out all these things, or sometimes I will listen to a YouTube video. If you go on YouTube and you search like positive affirmations, they're kind of weird to listen to when you first start, because you're like, this is some weird people stuff here. But they'll have like one of those really soothing like voices, and they'll actually like talk through some affirmations and tell you, you know, to like repeat them, you know, like things that are telling you like, I am good enough. I have value to offer to this world. I am making a difference. I help people. So like, I really like the YouTube ones because I'll listen to them in the car. And you can find ones that are specific to like whatever maybe that you need that day. Like there's ones that are specific to like wealth. There's ones that are specific to just positivity. There's ones that are specific to business growth. So you can kind of just find whatever is going to be more relevant to you in that moment, I guess. But I also do find a lot of value in writing them out, because then you can really specifically put things down that are going to apply to where you're at with your business. You know, like I attract more people into my network every day. I help my challengers overcome obstacles. I help my coaches overcome fears. You know, like you can be super specific. And when you start off your day by doing that, by like building yourself up to know that you are doing these things and that you're capable of achieving these things, then that's how you're owning your value. That's how you're building your own kind of like self-worth, to know that you're capable of sharing, and that what's on your heart to share is worth sharing. And that is what's been working for me, to be able to build that self-value up, you know, enough to say like, hey, I should make a live video right now telling stay-at-home moms that they need to get dressed. Like a year ago, I would have never made that video, because I'm like, no way, no one would watch that. But then because of a full year worth of personal development and affirmations and these things, I realized that there is, even if it's just one person, there is somebody out there that's feeling crappy that day and is going to watch my video and say, you know what, Jen told me that if I get dressed and get out of my pajamas and brush my hair, I'm going to feel better today. And you know what? I did have somebody message me and say like, you know what? I was feeling crappy this afternoon, and then I saw your video. I decided to get dressed and I feel 10 times better already. So it's crazy like that. And Mike always makes this comment that like, no matter what your message is, there will always be somebody that says, I needed this today. I needed to hear that. So you just have to own that and just know that there is, even if it's just one person, be okay with it being just one person, because all it really takes is impacting one person, because that one person could be your next rock star. Like in some of the networking stuff that I do, that's outside of Beachbody, like just like networking organizations and things, they always say that you're one contact away from the person that can totally change the outcome of your business. And that's powerful. I mean, like you meet somebody in the grocery store, for those of you guys that are friendly in person, like that could be your person. Mike made fun of me because we were at the park when we were up in New York and hanging out with my coach Phyllis, and there was these other moms in the park with their strollers and, you know, their cute like park clothes and everything, and I didn't talk to any of them. And he's like, say goodbye to your 15-star diamonds, and I'm like, whatever, I don't talk to people without a computer in front of me or a phone. But anyways, yeah, so just realize that it just takes one person to totally change the outcome of your business. So be willing and open to share what your current things are that you're wanting to do, what your vision is going forward. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys today. Does anybody have any thoughts or comments or questions?
No questions, guys? You all feel comfortable putting together your story? Jen, what was that? I don't know if everybody was on the call when you did the equation. Could you tell them that little equation that you did on Monday on your story?
Yeah. I think it was like sharing. Well, hold on a second. I wrote it down. Let me give you exactly. Okay. Sorry, we're in the RV today. This weekend. It's the University of Tennessee, University of Florida game here, which is a big deal for vol fans. I want to give you the exact thing because it was different than any way that I saw it broken down before.
Make sure you guys have your pen so you can write this equation, especially for those that say that they have a hard time even putting your story together. That way you can utilize this equation. And our call to action will be that I want you guys to post your stories, whether you do it in a video form or typing form in the team, or if you want to send it to me in a private message or whatever, so I can help you with it.
Okay, so the first part is sharing before, like where you were before Beachbody. And then the next part is the struggle. And this is the part that most people tend to leave out. Like most people don't want to share, like those dark moments where you're kind of at your worst. And also, like, even if you mention the struggle, sometimes people just kind of brush past it. But that's really where people are going to connect to your story, is in that section. The next thing is how Beachbody changed your life and where you see yourself going in the future.
Everybody get those? Okay.
So I think that would be so cool, you know, for you guys as your call to action to put together your story this weekend and share it. It's a great way to be able to, like, even if you share it with somebody like your best friend or something, maybe somebody that you haven't like exactly talked to about Beachbody yet, it's kind of a really not sneaky, but sort of sneaky way to share with them, like, hey, I was on a team call this morning and we had this assignment to put together our story and share it with somebody, and I would just love your feedback on it. So, like, then you're sharing with them about Beachbody. You're not necessarily inviting them, but you're getting a chance to, like, talk about it, and then you never know, they may be like, oh, I never even knew that you were doing this, or that you had that struggle, or that you overcame this issue. So it's kind of a cool, like, impromptu way to bring Beachbody up anyways.
Absolutely. It absolutely is. Yeah, I'm excited to see and hear everybody's stories. And like I said, whether you want to do it in the team page or you want to just send it to me privately, but I'm excited to see all of those this weekend. And it'd be good if you do it in the team page, because then that's a way that all of us can get to know each other too, and like where we were before and how I love learning everybody's stories. Like when I meet, not even if they're coaches, but if they're challengers and they're explaining and telling where they were before Beachbody and how Beachbody either saved their life or helped their life in a better way. Like that's my favorite part That was like one of my favorite things at Summit, is sitting up there and watching them on the stage, and it was all the success stories and showing pictures of them before they even started their journey and stuff like that. And that's that's how people, like Jen said, connect. That's how I connected to all those people that were telling their stories. I felt like I knew them, so then here I am, like, crying afterwards when I see their after pictures, because I think, like, oh, they're my friend, because I just learned their whole story. It kind of tugs on your heartstrings and you connect with them in a better way.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know I was crying during the Beachbody challenge too. I can't help it.
Yeah, and then I felt like an idiot because I'm sitting there and I'm like crying. I don't even know these people, but it just shows we got connected to them because they told their story and their struggles and things like that.
Exactly.
And I can say that I did that, and I did go live and tell my story. And I had a lot of people that would like message me after, like, I had no idea that you lived like that, and you used to live like less than paycheck to paycheck. And it was like, okay, don't pay this bill because this bill's more important. They're like, I had no idea your life was like that, because it's something I never shared before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember when you did that, because I was one of the ones that reached out to you and was like, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of, and people don't know unless we tell them, and just think that you can be helping somebody else, just the way that I helped you guys by you guys connecting with me with things that we talked about through private message or whatever. You could be helping somebody also. What we have to share is a gift.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah, I actually have a friend, a coworker, who is a coach on Healthy for Life, and she hit SC8 this month. So I was like asking her, I'm like, oh my goodness, how have you done that? Her transformation picture that she shared, she said, brought in so many more customers to her, and that she got so many more likes just even on her page, and just by her sharing that her transformation, like, really helped her. So it's like something like I've shared before, but sometimes you get so like, oh, I just shared that, I don't want to share it again, and feel like you're like overwhelming people with it. But I was like, okay, so that adds like value because people relate to that. So I just wanted to put that in. She got a lot of it from there. Mm-hmm.
yeah. It absolutely does. And I know I used to think like that too. Like, well, I just shared this like 3 days ago, but you know what? I shared about my crock pot group like almost every day, because I would take a picture of the food that was cooking and stuff like that. And I still had people messaging me or commenting, crock pot group, you're doing a crock pot group? And I'm like, I feel like I posted about it every day, and still not everybody knew what I was doing. So post it. Mm-hmm. Just post it. Who cares if you just posted it? Be proud of your transformation, Like if you were in school and you took a test yesterday and then you took a test today and you passed both of them, you'd want to post about it because you were proud. So just post it. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about that, because you definitely got a lot of feedback when you posted your transformation picture. A lot of people. Natalie did too with the one that she just posted, because it was her year anniversary with starting a Beachbody program. And she has like tons of comments on there because people can relate, they're like, well, I want to be there. I want to do that, But definitely post it. But I know that feeling, because I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, but I just posted about something with the business. You know what I mean? But it's like, but it's what I do. Everybody else posts, a picture of their baby every day because that's their life. And this is my life, They don't like it, don't follow me. You're probably not the one I want to talk to anyways,
That's a good analogy. I mean, how many people on your friends list do you see pictures of their puppy every single day? Here's my puppy eating. Here's my puppy sleeping. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, and well, some of them are annoying, but but I like seeing those. So we see baby pictures, kid pictures, stuff like that all the time. It's just like our transformation or sharing about the business opportunity side, or how, the business has changed our life or whatever. Because it's a little uncomfortable, you just kind of feel like, oh, I posted about it on Monday, so I'm not going to post about it again. So I try to post about the business now every day, like different aspects of it, not necessarily like a hard invite, but just kind of sharing like, oh, this is what I do as a coach, and it's, helped my life in this way. And then I try and do like an invite, like message me type thing if you want to learn more, like at least once a week.
That's what I've been doing too. Like the everyday are kind of like little breadcrumbs, like I decided to take my desk out to the lounge chair today because I have a cool boss, because I can type post, which is kind of like planting the seed of the business, you know? Yeah, I do. I've been doing that too. But same thing, I felt like Christina did. Like, okay, well, I just posted something about the business, so I'll post it tomorrow. Even if I have like a really good idea, oh, I'll post it tomorrow because I just posted yesterday. And now I just don't care. I just post it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. You know, that's me. Like coaching, besides Alex and the kids, coaching is my life. It's what I do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So if I worked a full-time job at a desk, I'd probably be posting about how bored I was sitting behind my desk every day. So I figured, why not post happy things, you know? So, all right, does anybody have any questions for me or for Jen about anything that was talked about? Thumbs up of who is going to work on their story and who's either going to post it in the group in a video or send it to me. I better see a thumb in every box. I don't see Whitney's thumb. There it is, right in front of the baby. Okay, we'll take our quick picture, you guys, because remember what I always tell you. These team calls are a great way to do a breadcrumb into what you do as a Beachbody coach and to post about the business, because you get to go on a team call. So everybody get your faces in there and smile and get your phones out. There you go. There's Amber's face. Everybody got their phones? Does anybody need me to take a screenshot? All right, guys. Thank you so much, Jen, for getting on the call. It was awesome having you on the call this morning.
Yeah, definitely. It was fun to start my day with you guys.
Yeah, I love doing Saturday mornings. I like it so much better since we switched it to Saturdays. We've been doing it for like a month and a half, I think now. I just felt like night times we always had a hard time. Everybody has little ones and stuff like that. So we tried Saturdays and it seems to be working. And then it gets us in work mode. You know, now we're going to go do our power hour and then we can finish our day, you know?
Yeah.
So,
very cool. All right, guys. Well, have an awesome weekend.
bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.